This is Hannibal, and the drones are back. UFO/drone news update here. Bizarre situation in both Copenhagen and Norway today. They've closed the main airport in Denmark for a number of hours today due to mysterious drones. It's not known where they came from or where they have flown, but they were seen around 12:30 local time after flights, or the airport opened around 12:30 a.m. local time after flights were suspended for almost 4 hours due to these drone sightings. And it's weird that the military just didn't come in and knock them down. I'm not saying that these are anything but drones, but how could civilian drones shut down an airport for that long? Danish police says a number of measures have been implemented as part of the investigation, but they will not confirm what these measures were. According to the BBC, three large drones were reportedly flying in the area. Takeoffs and landings were suspended for a long period of time. In a social media post, Ukrainian president referenced Russia's violation of NATO airspace in Copenhagen back on today. So Ukraine is trying to claim that they're Russian, but there's no proof of that. There was also drones spotted in Norway that could very well be from Singapore. Apparently, the pilots could have been from Singapore. So very weird that like these multi-million dollar, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of airport equipment and stuff, how they could be violated by drones. And I'm not saying these are anything other than real unidentified flying objects. Apparently, Stephen Greer has made some more claims about the Buka spear or Bursa spear. I forget exactly what it is, but all of the actual science related people I've talked to in regards to the spear don't believe it's legitimate. But something that could be legitimate is this Three Eye Atlas. It is legitimate, but what we don't know right now is this a craft from somewhere else, or is this just a comet that really is nothing we should worry about? It was announced last week that there is another unknown interstellar object called C-2025 Q2, also being called ZTF, that is apparently 10 times the size of Manhattan and appears to be moving around Jupiter at this point. It's in Jupiter's orbit and moving in a coordinated manner, but is displaying some unusual behavior. And the very interesting thing about this object is that it's supposed to be behind the sun around October 29th, just a couple days before Halloween. The exact same time that the Three Eye Atlas is supposed to be behind the sun. Is this really just a coincidence that we have two unknown interstellar objects going behind the sun around the same time? Or we've heard a lot about UAPs being able to extract energy from the sun through the type of water that they can suck out of the sun, that contains certain chemicals that allegedly help vehicles operate. Could they be doing something behind there that is going to give them energy to be able to travel past possibly to Earth after? Who knows? Jeremy Corbell also did state on a Tubi TMZ UAP special earlier this year that there was supposed to be some type of false flag operation where the government was going to say that the giant crafts were heading this way, but apparently we're not going to be able to get a good picture of any of these objects until they emerge from the sun or just before they go behind there, from what I understand. So, what could they be? What do you guys think they could be? Is this just a coincidence that there's two giant objects coming behind there around the same time? And again, for the people that say, like, let's just say all these interstellar objects are actually some type of disguised probes for other civilizations to possibly be spying on us. Why would they only be spying on us now? Well, really, we've only been into like the nuclear age for it hasn't even been 100 years, to my knowledge. That would be something that would make me interested if I was from a different civilization and being made aware of this somehow. Then there's the point that we were on the moon not even 100 years ago. We poured wine on the moon. There's a little ceremony done. Um, I don't know. It's like we're now entering there. More and more of our stuff is going into space. Everything Elon Musk's been doing, the plans to colonize Mars. We do have NASA objects on Mars taking samples recently. They're starting to admit that there's types of life on Mars. So, like, we haven't been any type of a threat to them really until the nuclear age started and until we're like expanding into their territory. I would be a little bit interested, you would think. And now Tim Burchett, who I've interviewed before, congressman, I love the guy. Okay, and I'm just saying that from a personal opinion. I'm not political. I mean, I can't even vote in the US. I'm Canadian. So he said that there could be as many as 5 or 6 bases located in very deep areas in the ocean from information he's been involved with. And there's a lot of signs that they could have come here and had bases in the ocean, at least one of the types, or they could have been here before us and just established themselves in the ocean and we just don't know about them. And hey, Barack Obama made a comment on Jimmy Kimmel a few years ago saying that the presidents aren't allowed to say anything because the visitors have strict control over what's going on. If that is the case, maybe disclosure can't happen because they're told it can't happen. I don't know. But to me, ever since the last congressional hearing, I've kind of had a renewed interest in UAPs a bit, and I'm certainly going to be following this story with the atlases, with the Three Eye Atlas and the other interstellar object coming behind the sun at the same time. I'm going to be following that real close until someone says something definitively either way, and I'll keep you guys updated on the drone situation in Denmark. Hopefully it's nothing but, I mean, our civilians. I mean, if you're smart enough to fly drones into restricted airspace over the biggest airport in Denmark, you got to be intelligent enough to know that's quite a crime where you'd probably have quite a severe penalty if you're just taking some drones on a joyride over the airport. I don't know. That's a weird situation. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Have a great night, everyone. Let me know your opinions in the comments.